Hey everyone, I'm working to hit 1,000 subscribers and I need your help to get there. If you enjoy the content, hit that subscribe button right now. Seriously, it takes 2 seconds and it means the world to this channel, so smash it before you get sucked into what I'm about to tell you, because trust me, you don't want to look away. Broncos country, we need to talk. Friday night, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Atlanta, Georgia. The Denver Broncos are about to step onto that field carrying a 7-game preseason winning streak, and if you think that's the headline, you are dead wrong. The real story is what happens in the trenches, on the boundary, and in the open field once the ball is snapped. Because there are 5 Broncos. 5 names that are not your starting quarterback, not your #1 receiver, not the guys plastered on the marquee who are about to go absolutely feral on the Atlanta Falcons. And by the time this game is over, you are going to be screaming these names at your television. Now here's the thing that makes this juicy. Word out of Atlanta is that Tua is expected to start for the Falcons, and it sounds like Denver is going to answer with their own starters for at least a series, maybe 2. But that's the appetizer. The main course, the thing that's actually going to define this game, is what happens after the ones come off the field, when the depth chart gets tested, when roster spots get decided in real time in front of 40-some thousand people in Atlanta. This is where legends get made and where careers get buried. So buckle up, because we are ranking the 5 Broncos who are about to dominate, and I promise you, this list is going to make you feel things. Before we get into it, quick reminder, if you want good things to happen to this football team, and I mean that in the most degenerate, superstitious football fan way possible, hit that thumbs up icon right now. We've won 7 preseason games in a row. Do not be the reason the streak dies. Do not jinx the Broncos. Like the video. Feed the algorithm gods. Let's go. Let's start at number 5. And this one is deeply personal for me because it involves a rookie who has already started turning heads. Defensive tackle Tyler Anettum. Denver's top pick out of the 2026 draft. A Texas A&M product who profiles as a bulldozer against the run, but has been quietly showing off some legitimately nasty first-step burst in camp. This is a kid who was going up against second-team offensive linemen, and TFLs were just falling out of the sky around him. Reports out of camp have him flashing against both the 2s and even getting run against the 1s. And the early verdict from people who cover this team closely is that his get-off is elite for a big man. We're talking 6'3", close to 300 pounds, moving like he's got somewhere to be. Against Atlanta's second-string interior, names like rookie Ethan Onyanwa or Kyle Hinton, I don't think it's fair. I think Tyler Anettum eats. I think he feasts. And can we talk about the number he's wearing? 98. There is something almost eerie about the way he fills out that jersey. Like the ghost of a certain former Bronco pass rusher just walked back into the building. Coincidence? Football gods being funny? You decide. Either way, keep your eyes locked on number 98 Friday night, because I think this rookie is about to announce himself to Broncos country in the loudest possible way. Number 4 on our list, and this is a receiver who has serious size, serious hops, and a chip on his shoulder the size of Mile High Stadium, Hakee Butler. Now look, Butler's path here is a little unconventional. He didn't come up through a blue blood college program and straight into stardom. He built his resume in the UFL, where he was a 2-time Offensive Player of the Year and led every single wide receiver in that league in receiving yards, becoming the all-time record holder for the league in the process. That is not a fluke. That is a man who has been putting up video game numbers against professional competition, and now he's getting his shot in Sean Payton's building. At 6'5", 240 pounds, Butler is exactly the kind of contested catch, go-up-and-take-it receiver that Payton has always coveted, and camp reports have already shown flashes of him winning deep, over-the-top, high-pointing footballs like he's plucking apples off a tree. Is there a red flag? Maybe there's been a little bit of chatter about him coasting on a rep here or there, but that's one report, one moment, and I'm not ready to hang a whole narrative on it yet. What I am ready to do is tell you who he's about to line up across from. Atlanta's depth at cornerback, guys like Clark Phillips, Kobe Bryant, or C.J. Henderson. My money says Denver dials up Butler against Bryant specifically, because Bryant's length matches up as the classic boundary corner test. And I think Butler wins that rep more often than not. This is a receiver with something to prove against NFL-level competition for basically the first time in a real, meaningful way. Watch him fly. And hey, since we're talking about guys who are about to hit big, Friday's game is the perfect time to remind you that today's breakdown is fueled by our friends over at Prize Picks. If you've got even a passing interest in getting a little skin in the game while you watch, download the Prize Picks app, sign up with code MA, and your first $5 lineup gets you $150 in bonus lineups if it hits. I'll be honest, with weapons like this Broncos receiving core, betting the over on certain routes practically feels like a cheat code. Go get that Prize Picks bonus, links in the description, and let's get back to the list. Number 3, and this one comes with genuine tension attached, because we are talking about a make-or-break stretch for a player who has all the tools and none of the certainty, linebacker Drew Sanders. Here's the deal with Sanders, he's back at practice, which by itself is a small victory given how many Broncos have been dealing with soft tissue issues this camp. But being on the field isn't the same as being safe on the roster, and that's the brutal truth Sanders is walking into. Denver's edge rush room is loaded right now, arguably one of the best pass-rushing units in the entire NFL. And Sanders finds himself on the outside looking in when you start doing 53-man roster math. This preseason game, and honestly this entire 3-week stretch of camp and preseason football, might be the single most important window of his time in Denver. If he's a healthy scratch, if he's limited, if he doesn't get real snaps, that's a problem. But if he plays big minutes, if he's out there for 2 full quarters showing off the athleticism that made him a name in the first place, that changes the entire conversation. I need volume from Drew Sanders. I need to see him rack up snap after snap of disruptive attacking football because talent has never been the question with this guy. Availability and role clarity have been. Friday night could either save his spot on this roster or make the front office's decision brutally, uncomfortably easy. This is appointment viewing if you care about depth chart drama, and Broncos country, you know we care about depth chart drama. Number 2, and this is the pick that's going to spark the most arguments in the comments, so get ready, cornerback Jade Baron. Now, I want to be straight with you. I know we said this list is about the guys not expected to be locked-in starters, and Baron's situation is genuinely murky right now, which is exactly why he belongs here. He's been rotating with Riley Moss on the outside, taking second-team reps in some packages, first-team adjacent reps in others, and by most honest accounts, camp has not been smooth sailing for the former first-round pick. He hasn't looked as sticky in man coverage as Moss. There were rumblings about him working some safety reps that reportedly got shut down almost as fast as they started. He's been bouncing between outside corner and nickel and dime looks, trying to find a true home on this defense. And look, I'm not going to pretend that's not a little concerning for a guy drafted as high as he was in 2025. But, and this is a massive but, talent doesn't evaporate overnight. Anybody who watched Baron dominate as a defensive back at Texas during that 2024 national championship run knows exactly what this kid is capable of when it clicks. His rookie year numbers weren't bad either. 27 tackles, targeted 43 times, allowing 28 catches for 293 yards, even in a part-time role behind a red-hot Jaquan McMillan. Here's the matchup that has me buzzing. I fully expect Denver to throw Jade Baron directly onto Atlanta's electric young weapon, Zacchaeus Branch. That is a legitimate speed test, a legitimate technique test, and honestly, a legitimate referendum on where Baron's confidence is heading into the season. If he wins that matchup, even in flashes. This hole is the pick working out conversation gets quiet real fast. If he struggles again, the questions get louder. Either way, this is the single most important individual matchup of the entire preseason opener, and I need every single one of you watching it closely. Which brings us to number 1, and I am not being dramatic when I say this man might be the single most important non-starter on the entire Denver Broncos roster right now, running back Jonah Coleman. Let him run. Somebody just hand him the football and get out of the way, because this Atlanta run defense is sitting right there for the taking. The Falcons were genuinely bad against the run a year ago, and while they've made some moves to shore things up along that front, we are talking about a defensive line that lost pieces and is still figuring itself out. Solid players like Zach Harrison and Brandon Dorlus, sure, but also newcomers like Mason Graham, Guys who are still finding their footing after roster shuffling. This is not a wall. This is an opening. And Jonah Coleman has been, by a wide margin, the most consistently punishing between the tackles runner in this Broncos camp, even with J.K. Dobbins working through his own reps and occasionally getting rest days. Denver didn't draft Coleman just to be an insurance policy sitting on a clipboard. They drafted him because he can be the load-bearing wall of this run game, and because his ability in pass protection means he's not coming off the field on third down either. You are going to see him pound the rock between the tackles. You are going to see him step up and lay a block for Bo Nix or whichever quarterback is under center. This is the guy I think walks away from Atlanta with the loudest highlight reel of the entire night, and if he does what I think he's about to do, Broncos country is going to be talking about Jonah Coleman all the way through Labor Day. So there you have it. 5 names, none of them the ones you'd expect, all of them about to put their stamp on this preseason opener in Atlanta. A ferocious rookie defensive lineman wearing a number that gives everybody déjà vu. A youthful legend with the size and hops-to-torch overmatched corners. A linebacker fighting for his professional life in real time. A former first-round corner about to get tested by one of the fastest men on Atlanta's roster. And a bruising rookie running back who might just be the best story in this whole training camp. Drop a comment right now and tell me which one of these 5 you think steals the show Friday night. I'm pinning the best answer, so don't be shy. Look, I say this every single video, and I mean it every single time. This channel does not grow without you. If this breakdown got you fired up, if you learned something, if you laughed even once, do 3 things for me right now before you scroll away. Hit that like button, because it genuinely tells YouTube to put this in front of more Broncos fans. Drop a comment with your prediction, because I read every single one of them and I want to know I'm not the only one losing sleep over this roster. And if you haven't already, subscribe. We are grinding toward 1,000 subscribers, and every single one of you watching right now can be the one that pushes us over the top. Broncos country, I'll see you Friday night. Let's start the good luck train like this video, don't jinx it, and let's make it 8 preseason wins in a row. Until next time, Mile High Salute, be cool.